Have you ever felt like you weren't good enough? Like your past mistakes or other people's opinions were holding you back from living the life you truly want? What if I told you that none of those things actually define you, that you could start living a free and fulfilling life today? That's the idea behind The Courage to be Disliked by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. This fascinating book, inspired by the teachings of Alfred Adler, a groundbreaking psychologist, offers a fresh perspective on how to break free from limitations and embrace a life of happiness and independence. Stay with me until the end, where I'll share the 5 key takeaways from this book and how you can start implementing them in your life today. Imagine sitting down with a wise philosopher in a quiet, peaceful room. You bring your questions, frustrations, and doubts about life, and the philosopher answers with profound but simple truths. This is exactly how The Courage to be Disliked unfolds. The book is written as a dialogue between a young man filled with anger and self-doubt and a philosopher who gently guides him toward understanding. The young man's struggles are relatable. He feels stuck in his job, worried about what others think, and frustrated by the challenges he faces. Through their conversation, the philosopher introduces ideas that challenge everything the young man believes about happiness, success, and relationships. At the heart of the book is Adlerian psychology, which is built on the belief that your life isn't determined by your past or external circumstances, but by the meaning you give to those experiences. Adler argued that people can choose their own paths by changing the way they think and act. This stands in contrast to other psychological theories that emphasize trauma or subconscious drives as the main forces behind behavior. Adler's approach is refreshingly optimistic. Your past doesn't define you, and you have the power to create the life you want. This empowering perspective invites readers to take responsibility for their choices and embrace a new sense of freedom. One of the book's key concepts is the idea of tasks of life. According to Adler, there are 3 main tasks we all face: work, friendship, and love. These are areas where we must take responsibility and engage with others. However, the philosopher in the book stresses the importance of knowing where your responsibility ends and someone else's begins. This is called the separation of tasks. Many of us struggle because we take on other people's tasks, like trying to control how they feel about us or making decisions based on their expectations. The philosopher explains that true freedom comes from focusing only on your own tasks and letting go of the need to please or impress others. This concept is liberating, but requires a shift in mindset, a shift from dependence on external validation to inner confidence and self-reliance. Another powerful idea is the rejection of recognition-seeking behavior. Many people live their lives trying to gain approval from others, whether it's through their careers, relationships, or achievements. But the philosopher points out that this leads to a life of constant anxiety and dissatisfaction. Instead, he encourages the young man to embrace living in the moment and doing things for their own sake, not for recognition. For example, instead of working hard to get a promotion because it will impress others, work hard because you genuinely enjoy the challenge and growth that comes with it. When you stop chasing external rewards, you free yourself to find joy and fulfillment in the process of life itself. The book also introduces the concept of contribution to others. Adler believed that happiness comes from feeling like you are making a meaningful contribution to the world around you. This doesn't mean you have to do grand, life-changing things. Even small acts of kindness and connection can create a sense of purpose. The philosopher explains that when you focus on contributing to others, you stop obsessing over your own flaws and insecurities. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing and empowering. By focusing outward and seeking ways to make the world a better place, you naturally find more happiness within yourself. This idea reinforces the interconnectedness of all human relationships and highlights the importance of fostering empathy and cooperation. Of course, these ideas aren't always easy to accept. The young man in the book resists many of the philosopher's teachings, arguing that it's unrealistic to let go of the past or stop caring about what others think. But the philosopher patiently explains that courage is the key to overcoming these fears. Courage isn't about being fearless. It's about taking action despite your fears. It's the courage to stand up for your values, take responsibility for your own life, and embrace the possibility of failure or rejection. This is what it means to have the courage to be disliked. It's a reminder that living authentically may come with challenges, but it's the only path to true freedom and happiness. One of the most thought-provoking parts of the book is its discussion of happiness. The philosopher argues that happiness is not something you achieve by meeting certain conditions, like earning more money or finding the perfect partner. Instead, happiness is a choice you make every day. It's about living in harmony with your values, building strong relationships, and contributing to others. This idea challenges the common belief that happiness comes from external achievements and encourages readers to look inward instead. The simplicity of this concept is its greatest strength, reminding us that happiness is within reach for anyone willing to shift their mindset. Now that we've explored the core concepts of the book, let's dive into the 5 most important takeaways and how you can start applying them in your life today. First, separate your tasks. Remember that you are only responsible for your own actions and decisions, not how others feel or respond. For example, if you're worried about a friend's opinion of your career choice, remind yourself that their feelings are their task, not yours. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Start small by identifying one situation where you've been taking responsibility for someone else's feelings and consciously choose to step back. Second, stop seeking approval. Challenge yourself to do things for your own satisfaction rather than for recognition. Try starting with something small, like pursuing a hobby you love without worrying about how good you are at it or whether others will praise you. Over time, you'll build confidence in your ability to live authentically. This practice can help you reconnect with your true interests and passions, free from the weight of external judgment. Third, embrace contribution. Look for ways to add value to the lives of those around you, no matter how small. It could be as simple as listening to a coworker who's having a tough day or volunteering for a cause you care about. When you focus on contributing to others, you'll find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. This approach encourages a mindset shift from self-centered worries to outward-focused generosity, creating a ripple effect of positivity. Fourth, live in the present. Practice being fully engaged in the moment instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. You can start by setting aside a few minutes each day to focus on your breath, appreciate your surroundings, or savor a simple pleasure like a cup of coffee. Living in the present helps you let go of regrets and anxieties, freeing you to enjoy life as it is. This mindfulness practice can serve as a foundation for greater emotional stability and peace of mind. Finally, cultivate courage. Take small steps toward facing your fears and standing up for your values. For instance, if you've been avoiding a difficult conversation, muster the courage to speak your truth in a kind and respectful way. Each act of courage builds your resilience and strengthens your belief in yourself. Courage isn't about perfection. It's about progress, and each step forward is a victory worth celebrating. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the key lessons from The Courage to be Disliked. This book teaches us that our past does not define us, that we can live a free and fulfilling life by focusing on our own tasks, and that happiness comes from contributing to others and living in harmony with our values. It reminds us that true courage is about taking responsibility for our own lives and embracing the possibility of being disliked. These lessons are not just theoretical. They are practical tools for transforming how you approach life and relationships. If you've made it to the end of this summary, it means you're serious about taking action and creating a life of freedom and happiness. The full audiobook of The Courage to be Disliked is linked in the description if you want to dive deeper into its transformative ideas. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more insightful book summaries. Leave a comment saying, "I choose courage," to let me know you watched until the end, and I'll do my best to like each and every one of your comments. Until next time, keep embracing the courage to live authentically.